Hey, this is Robert O'Sullivan. Going to be introducing a series of videos for the next couple of weeks, celebrating the Summation series that we run at the Escondido Art Gallery, which is under the auspices of the Escondido Arts Partnership. It's myself, Chris Ann Motes, and Katie Werner who produced the book. Although in the earlier days, it was Bob Lundy and Elizabeth Yon who took over the production of the actual printing of the book, layout, design, etc. I just was involved in selecting the poems that would go into the book. And anyway, so we're going to start with the very first book, which is the Summation 2008. And that book is right here. This was the first Summation exhibition that we produced a book for. However, there were two or three prior to 2008 wherein we just wrote poems we poets wrote poems for the paintings and then just put them up on the wall, our poetry next to the piece of art. We finally got enough interest in the project and wanted to really put something together that would last. And so we started producing books, of which now there are going to be 12 coming this December. The 12th one will be released. So anyway, from 2008, you will hear three poems. You will be hearing Elizabeth Yon Williams' poem for the piece of art that took first place that year. It was the wingback chair here that was called Pulpitum Exultum, by Escondido artist Mark Giglio. You will also hear a poem from Oriana. She lives down in Chula Vista, and her poem was for a painting called I Lie Awake Sleeping by Heel Van Kampen III, also known as HVC3. You can Google him on the web, see some more of his artwork. And then lastly, a poem from myself called Crossroads for a piece of art by the artist Karen Moreland, who is the only one of these three artists who is still regularly contributing to the Summation series. She recently had an exhibit up at the gallery in early 2020 or possibly late 2019 of some of her more recent work. It was amazing to see her going strong after all these years still. I do want to point out also that there are two poets who have appeared in addition to Elizabeth Yon Williams and Bob Lundy, who have appeared in every single edition of Summation over all of these years. And those two are Sandy Carpenter and Clifton King. You will not be hearing them in this first video, but guaranteed you'll be hearing a lot of their work in later videos that we'll put up on YouTube and also up on Facebook, okay? So I hope you enjoy the series. Again, we'll roll with this first one from 2008. Thanks.
Flying Desk Set for Summation 1 by Elizabeth Yon Williams. This F-86 liner for the 50s flies a rider beyond sonic speeds of words to worlds inspired by other suns. Here, the muse surrounds him. Cradled with sculptured wings, our rider soars through outer space beyond Saturnus, a universe above Uranus. His celestial craft enjoys a gilded time. Memory intones cathedral chimes, crystalline snow, flurries of butterflies vibrating toward Mexican lights. Carved mysteries of medieval guilds costume this desk in copper to shield the scribe. Still, his chair's feet grip the earth like hoofs of ancient Grecian goats. assuring balance.
This is the artwork for Oriana's poem called Animula, and this is the title of this piece is I Lie Awake Sleeping. You can see those words are inscribed there in the upper right corner, kind of on a sideways there. And here in the bottom right hand corner, what does your soul look like? The artist is Heel Van Kampen III, HBC, from the 2008 Summation exhibition.
The poem is called Animula, and that means little soul in Latin. There is in poetry a tradition of poets writing a poem addressed to their soul, basically sort of concerned with the soul's fate after the owner of the soul, so to speak, after the body is gone. The most famous of those poems is Emperor Hadrian's Animula, and this is my Animula. What do you look like, my soul? Do you have big eyes and small breasts? Arms that stretch across the continents and a fish's tail? All the aquamarines and indigos of ocean and the approaching night, between me and me, a streaming veil. A childless woman is always a virgin, weaving a shroud, pregnant with herself. You made my life a foreign language, homeless, without endearments. When did you teach me to dress in the wind, to carry speech like loose change? Death will come to me in Spanish, La Muerte with its music, its slow kiss of vowels. Long returns of the Baltic, white dunes where my life began, where I swam in your cold love, like the tears of the bronze mermaid who remembers her lost name. I cannot bear to think of my face becoming ashes, but you, my fugitive soul, hint you are most beautiful before vanishing. Don't kill yourself, you whisper, and one blue eve you'll see me.
Hey, Robert O'Sullivan here. This is my poem for the painting by Karen Moreland called Crossroads from 2008 Summation book. And my poem is also called Crossroads. I'm going to dedicate this to my brother Kevin down in Brevard County, Florida, who happened to be visiting in very early 2009 with his wife Susie, and got to hear this one at the gallery. Got a big kick out of it. I don't know if it reminded them of Kevin himself when he was younger, or maybe one of his 3 sons. Anyway, Kev, this is for you, Crossroads. Damn, I'm ready to. I just really oughta, I don't know, maybe just take off out of here, grab my board and try to hitch a ride. See, first my girl says she wants to take it to the next level. You know, she thinks the suburbs are the shit because the rents are cheaper and the jobs pay more and the schools are better, you know, in case we have a couple of kids or something. And my bud says we'd be better off to take our guitars and head for the city. We'd see way more action there, score some gigs, maybe sign some contracts or something since we play all of Green Day and the Foo Fighters letter perfect. Plus, he just finished writing his first song. Says he wrote it for me, whatever that means. And my dad is all, you don't need to be thinking about anything except college in the fall, young man. And every time I even mention taking time off for myself, first he's all, where's this money coming from? Out of thin air? Or are you tapping out some muni or some REIT you've been hiding from us? And my mom is always laughing, of course, because she thinks he's a real comedian. And I'm all, hello, just hand over the effing Amex and all your dumbass questions, and quite possibly, maybe, all life's transcendent mysteries will be answered, Kay? And so, yeah, my girl, she wants me to get a job, to get a ring, wants me to set a date, to settle down, get married. And my bud, my best boy, he wants, he just wants me. And so, yeah, I think I gotta blow out of here pretty ASAP, dudes. Anyone know what bus fare to Belize goes for these days, huh? Crossroads. Karen Moreland. Beautiful painting.